if you don't mind, going back to the CRT, critical race theory, can you take us back with the history of this with, and I'm talking about how this came about, Freud, Karl Marx, Frankfurt School, Antonio Gramsci, if you can go back and break down how this whole thing came about, that in order for us to be able to divide, we need a revolution, and who came up with it, and what's the formula to make that happen?
Thank you. There's two things I'm going to mention. The first, I want to go back to your point about the tool of social media that we have available to us. You'll see in the news right now that the Chinese Communist Party has just celebrated its 100-year anniversary of its creation. Now, for people that aren't familiar with the history of the Chinese Communist Party, I'll say that go back 100 years, that's 1921. Okay, Mao Zedong and a bunch of communist or Marxist revolutionaries. This is just several years after the Bolshevik Revolution succeeded. It's just 2 years after Communist Party USA is established in the United States, and communist parties are established across dozens and dozens of countries in the world in the year and two following the Bolshevik Revolution. 1921, you have a communist party that's established in China, but they did not, notice, have social media available to them in 1921. And look at the time period involved in the revolutionary efforts that are slow growing like a cancer or a metastasization throughout rural China and getting a proletariat base to rise up in revolution against the incumbent government. It's 1949, nearly 30 years later, before a communist revolution succeeds at pushing out nationalists to the island of Taiwan with Chiang Kai-shek and other nationalists. And Mao Zedong establishes the Chinese Communist Party as a single party rule within China. It's almost 30 years. Now, you don't need that kind of timeline in modern America or in any modern country that has social media, to your point, because the revolution and the ideas of the revolution spread rapidly via sound bites to young, vulnerable people who are interested in getting into the exciting, romantic cause of revolution against the terrible oppressor.
So if you like this little short clip from an interview I did, click over here to watch the entire interview. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.